Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first and final episode of my podcast, The Final. Now, I don't enjoy blank screens, and I'm certain you don't either. Much better. Now, today our subject that we will discuss is the FBI v. Fiker case, specifically regarding the impact of this case and the national security risks or benefits behind it. Now, what exactly is this case? The case is, in simpler terms, regarding the reasoning and security behind putting individuals such as Fiker on the no-fly list. Now, by no means is it considered an easy feat to get on a no-fly list. However, it wouldn't be the least possible thing to do. Jonas Fiker, being a naturalized US citizen, moved to Sudan in the years 2009 to 2010 for a business venture selling consumer electronics in East Africa. However, during his visit to the US Embassy in Sudan in 2010, he was cornered by two FBI agents and was informed that he was on the no-fly list. They offered him removal from the list for becoming an informant for the FBI. Fiker refused. Later, in the UAE, he was arrested, imprisoned, and tortured with UAE authorities telling him that the FBI requested this. Pretty gnarly stuff. Imagine the country that you've lived in for enough years to become a naturalized citizen betraying you and then telling another country to come and torture you. It would break your trust pretty quickly. He then left for Sweden and sued the US government in 2013 for the violation of due process rights over his no-fly list status. However, he was later removed from the list without any explanation. Along with this, Mr. Fiker is not the only one to experience being on the no-fly list and having this issue. The no-fly list can have detrimental effects on people's personal and professional lives. For example, in 2018, a man by the name of Ahmad Shelby was pressured by agents of the FBI to become an informant in his own community. When refused, he was falsely accused of being affiliated with a terrorist group, and they were pressing charges against him. Amongst all of the stress, he sent his family to Lebanon for their safety, and then joined them later on. However, when trying to return back to his home in Michigan, he discovered he was put on a no-fly list. Now, we should probably understand why the no-fly list exists in the first place. And I bet you can guess why. It was created as a security measure after the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks to prevent individuals who were considered a potential threat from causing mass terrorist attacks and to enhance aviation security. There are many reasons as to why this case is relevant to today's issues and is significant. One, and if not the largest reason, being the fact that this case exposes ongoing concerns about government secrecy and violations in national security measures, further pushing modern discussions on civil rights and transparency. Now, the two main people in this issue are the one and only FBI and Jonas Fiker. The FBI does not want to relinquish the information on why they put people on no-fly lists, and Fiker is concerned with the secrecy and is confused at why they took him off the fly list based on currently available information. At least, that's what they told him. Originally, the process the government provided to challenge placement on the no-fly list violated due process, which required them to change it for the better, but it still does not provide evidence and reasoning for being put on the list. taking people off of the list when they challenge it while providing no information as to why is not enough assurance that the government won't simply put them back on the no-fly list. The main solution is to make the FBI give up the reasons as to why they won't give people information for being put on the no-fly list. That's the whole reason for this case. We want to understand why people are being put on this list and why they're being put in this database. I personally think that people deserve to have a reason for why they are put on this list, and they should be able to go have a trial to defend against the claims and for themselves. Now, while this may reveal things about what the FBI looks for in terrorist activity and helping terrorists stay on the lowdown, it helps these people who have been wrongly prosecuted by the government to defend themselves, removing a form of corruption. The program perpetuates unfairness, discriminatory profiling, and secrecy. I believe it should be changed for the better. Our sources for today's podcast have been www.aclu.org/cases/FBI v. Fiker amicus brief, www.aclu.org/news/national security/ the Supreme Court must allow US citizens to challenge placement on no-fly list, www.oyez.org/cases/2023/22-1178, and www.scottUSblog.com/casefiles/cases/Federal Bureau of Investigation v. Fiker for the information on these cases. The video featured in the background is by GIF Gas, and on YouTube it's titled Desert Steel. The background music is made by Calm Trues and Home. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.